Hello and welcome back to Seville. I'm continuing on with my 21 videos I'm doing whilst I'm over here in Seville to celebrate the fact that I'm over the moon with the fact that I've got 21,000 YouTube subscribers now, which to me is still incredible, and I'm incredibly humbled that I have that. Thank you so much to everybody who is one of my incredibly valued subscribers. But I'm using this, as I've mentioned before, as a way for me to kind of practice doing my live videos, because I'm really not confident in doing the live stuff. The Bearded Economist, hey, how you doing? That is a fantastic name. Hi Osiris, how you doing? It's lovely to see you here. So yeah, 21 videos. I'm trying to be consistent with them, and you guys have been asking me some fantastic questions, and I want to try to kind of answer as many of these that I possibly can. But I'm choosing the questions that I feel are going to be most relevant to the majority of people, if that makes sense, because I want to try to be of benefit to as many people as I can throughout these 21 videos, pretty obviously. By the way, if this is your first time here, it would be wonderful if you could come over just to click on that subscribe button. That way you won't miss out on any of the new videos that are coming out soon. Lawrence Bowden, thank you so much. Thoroughly enjoying the live clips. You're very kind. Thanks so much. I really appreciate that. Hi. So listen, the question that's come in is actually a question from Jack Abbott. He's asked me, if you had to give one piece of advice to a young person starting out building a property portfolio, what would it be? Well, I thought that was just an awesome question. Bot Alex, how are you doing? I thought that was just an absolutely awesome question, but so difficult to answer. How do you answer it? Because very specifically, I noted that the question was, if I had to give one piece of advice, what would it be? It's a real struggle. And I want to give you this one tip, but when I give it to you, I'm very aware people might kind of think, oh, here he goes, he's trying to do some kind of a sell. And I really don't want to do that. My one tip is to go out and invest in some property education. But I want to quickly add, it doesn't have to be mine. There are lots of really good property trainers out there, really good mentors, really good coaches. You don't have to do any of my stuff. So I want to get that right clear, absolutely clear straight off the bat. But I honestly think it's worth investing some money in some property education. And the reasons that I wanted to give you for doing that, these are all, I have to emphasize here, the reason I feel this way is because I was investing for years, kind of playing at it in a way. I guess some people might have thought that if they looked at some of the deals that I was doing, it was far more than playing at it. I had some really quite good successes, but I also had lots of failures as well. And I always like to make that really clear. And it wasn't until I actually invested quite heavily in my property education that actually I started to make 51% good decisions and 49% bad decisions. And I still make lots of mistakes now. Don't ever think otherwise. If anyone out there is successful and they're saying that they don't make mistakes, I don't think they're giving you the whole truth. I still make big mistakes. But generally speaking, I get 51% of it right. And I honestly think that is because I have invested quite strongly in my education. So why? Well, I think that some of the reasons would include, it gives you a really good understanding of all the fundamentals. So many people that I speak to, especially when I'm out talking on the circuit, they don't have an understanding of how to stack a basic deal. What makes a good deal. They don't even, in some instances, understand how to calculate return on investment and why that's so important. But above all, they just don't understand, or they don't recognize a really good deal when one is kind of put in front of them by an estate agent, or perish the thought if they've actually put some stuff out there and got sellers to actually contact them, which is what I always encourage people to do. They don't recognize how they can actually structure a really good win-win deal, a deal that's really good for the seller first, and secondarily, in my opinion, also a really good deal for you. So learning the fundamentals is really important. That's what an education in property will give you. You'll also learn how to find incredible deals that other people just miss. They don't recognize them as being a good deal. You'll be able to recognize them and spot them when other people just don't see them. you will, with a good education, dramatically improve your negotiation skills. There are so many things that, unless you've actually had, I mean, I guess it's maybe a little bit easier for me because I've been a kitchen salesman for 21 years. Kitchen salesman is surely only secondary to double glazing salesman or insurance salesman, and I apologise if you're a double glazing or insurance salesman. But you kind of learn the skills, don't you, associated with selling? At least I think I did. When I was selling kitchens over 21 years, I must have learned something. But you'll learn negotiation skills. You'll learn how to set yourself up properly, and by that I mean talking about setting yourself up as a professional person in the property world. Even if it's not your full-time job, even if you've got no properties at all, it is essential, in my opinion, to go out there and come across as a professional business-like person. Because if you don't, everybody else that is coming across even vaguely like a professional person, well, they're going to get the deals, aren't they? They're going to get the deals. How many people do I meet at property networking events? I ran a property networking event for 6 years. And I used to have on regularly 60, 70, 80 people come along to that event. Maybe 10 of them had a business card. That's incredible to me. So anyway, all this sort of stuff, the property fundamentals, setting yourself up properly was my point. And obviously that includes things like making sure that you're set up properly in terms of tax structure, in terms of dealing with the right accountants, all this sort of stuff. You'll learn how to invest without needing to put loads of money into deals. And really, more importantly, without needing to leave some money in deals. The only reason I've got a decent sized portfolio, I haven't got a massive portfolio, but I've got a good sized portfolio, I guess, that gives me certainly a really nice income. The only reason I was able to achieve that is because I was able to do deals where I could put my money into that deal and then pull that money back out quickly. Well, I say quickly, that's not being truthful with you. Sometimes it might take me a year to pull my money back out again, maybe 18 months to pull my money back out again. Sometimes I couldn't pull, again, giving you the whole truth, sometimes I couldn't pull all of my money back out. But you start to take that mindset whereby you're not going to leave all your money in that deal. And a good property education will give you that. Um, but most of all, and this is the big one, most of all, I've kind of already alluded to it really, you will be, I would respectfully suggest, shoulders above anybody who is just dabbling. Government is not on our side, are they? Rather, let's be honest, there's so much legislation out there now. We're getting sort of shot at from every direction. I honestly think that if you take an educated approach, you will, to make the analogy, becoming a pilot. I mean, I'm so sorry. I think I may have lost you there. If I did, I do apologise. I'm so sorry about that. I was just making the point, if you missed all of that, I'm so sorry. Basically saying that you'll be head and shoulders above anyone who hasn't actually taken a little bit of time to actually educate themselves. And I did add, again, reiterating, you don't have to do any of my stuff. There's loads of really good trainers out there, loads of good coaches, loads of good mentors. Find somebody that kind of fits your personality. I would suggest you don't need to spend a fortune on this stuff. I think you do need the basics, but you don't need to spend a fortune on education, in my opinion. And if you do want to find out a little bit about maybe how I can help you, if you want to book a 10-minute phone call with me, I'm going to put the link in the description box below. You can go ahead and book that link and find out how I can help. But if you don't want to do that, that's also absolutely fine. So my tip for today was to invest a little bit of money in some proper property-based education. And I hope that's okay, Jack. I hope that kind of answered your question, and I hope that was maybe of some benefit to everybody else watching this video. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll look forward to coming up with another answer to one of your questions tomorrow. And if you do have a question that you want to ask rather, feel free to ask the question in the bottom of this video, and I'll do my best to respond to you over the next few days. Take care, thanks ever so much, and bye from Seville.